Hi there listeners, I'm IREE VILLADORES and now I'll show you how to determine the mean and variance of the sampling distribution of sample means. So let's start! I have here the steps in constructing the sampling distribution of the means. First, compute the population mean. Second step, we're going to calculate the population variance. Third, determine the number of possible samples. Fourth, write all the possible samples and the corresponding means. Fifth step is constructing the sampling distribution of the sample means. Sixth step, computing the mean of the sampling distribution of the sample mean. Seventh step, compute the variance of the sampling distribution of the sample means. Lastly, for number 8, we're going to construct the histogram. Before we proceed sa example, alamin muna natin ang properties of the sampling distribution of sample means. To compute the population mean is also the mean sample in sampling distribution from the population using this formula, the summation of population mean times the corresponding probability. To compute the variance of the sampling distribution of the sample means, the formula we're going to use is sigma squared for sampling distribution of sample means, is the summation of the probability of the corresponding sample mean times the sample mean minus the population mean squared. Lastly, for the standard deviation of the sampling distribution of sample mean, alam natin na kapag standard deviation, ito ay square root ng variance. Pero kapag kukunin natin ng finite population or without replacement, kukunin natin ang square root nito. First example, Naomi, a DOH COVID-19 tracker, discovered that there are 3, 6, 8, 11, and 2 COVID-19 infected people in 5 low-risk provinces across the country. Suppose that 3 provinces are drawn as sample. First, we're going to compute the population mean. Ang formula nito, the summation of x over n, ang given natin ay 3, 6, 8, 11, and 2. Ipag-a-add natin over 5. Ang 5 ay is the number of elements. Simplify natin, it is 30 over 5 equal to 6. So, ayun ang ating population mean. Next, compute the population variance. Ang formula nito ay the sigma squared is equal to the summation of x minus the population mean squared over n. Ang gagawin natin, isusubtract lang natin isa-isa sa 6, which is ito yung population mean natin. So, 3 minus 6 squared plus 6 minus 6 squared and so on over 5. Isimplify lang natin, ang lumabas ay 10.8. Ito ay ang ating population variance. Determine the number of possible samples. Using symbol NCN through the use of calculator, n natin ay 5 which is population size. Then yung maliit na n is equal to 3 which is ayun yung sample size natin. Paano nga ba makuha ang number of possible combination or NCN through the use of calculator? Madali lang. Unahin natin ang population size natin, 5. Shift ang symbol ng division, then 3, which is yung sample size natin. Then equal, ang lumabas ay 10. So, meron tayong 10 possible samples of size 3 that can be drawn from the given data. List all the possible samples of their corresponding means. From the 5 given data, 3, 6, 8, 11, 2, and 10 sample size of 3, ito yung ating 10 possible samples. Nakakalito man siya tingnan pero dapat sundin natin, which is yung una is 3, 6, 8, susunod ay 3, 6, 11, susunod 3, 6, 2. Ang susunod naman ay 8. So, magpo-focus ka sa 8 which is 3, 8, 11, 3, 8, 2, and so on. So, kukompute natin yung mean nila. So, ganito lang. 3 plus 6 plus 8 over 3 equals 5.67 and so on. Ayan, nalist na natin lahat ng possible samples of their corresponding means. Proceed tayo sa step number 5. Construct the sampling distribution of the sample means. Meron na lamang tayong tatlong step. Moving forward, we have here the sample mean, frequency, and probability. Since nakuha na natin ang mean ng all possible samples, i-arrange natin sila from lowest to highest. Frequency naman ay kung ilan ang naulit. Dapat ito ay equal sa 10. Isa lang ang naulit sa atin, which is yung 5.33. Then the probability is 1 over 10, 1 over 10, 2 over 10, or 0.20, and so on. Then, ang probability natin ay dapat equal siya sa 1. Next, we're going to compute the mean of the sampling distribution of the sample mean. So, ito ang formula natin. Kung titingnan natin ang lumabas ay 6. Sabi nga, di ba, na the mean of the population is equal sa sampling distribution of sample mean. Para mapadali ang pagkuha natin ng variance, we're going to use the formula of finite population or without replacement. So, identify lang natin ang value nila. 10.8 ang population variance. The sample size is 3 and the population size is 5. So, simplify natin, the answer is 7.2. So, it is the variance of the sampling distribution of sample mean. Last, ay pag-construct ng histogram. Dito sa left side natin, ito yung ating probability. Then sa ibaba, ito yung sample size.